right? And this is not to give them an excuse, because I know some of you are going to say, oh, well, they don't know any better. That's not an excuse. But what I am saying is that they do not understand the pain that they cause you to the extent where they think that you're leaving because of another man. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Naila Abdullah. I'm a mental health therapist turned toxic relationship coach. And after overcoming my own personal experiences with both toxic family and romantic relationships, I'm on a mission to help women like you to be able to heal after toxic relationships, narcissistic relationships, so that you can move on, you can rebuild your life, and make sure that you do not fall back into any other toxic relationships. You want to break that cycle for good. So if that sounds like what you need, stick around. Let's get into this topic. So you are here to get the answer to the question, why is a narcissist or toxic partner or ex accusing you of cheating? This is a common frustration that I see working with women in this situation. I've also been through it personally, where you are being accused of cheating constantly. So we're going to get into the reasons why. But stay tuned, because we're not only going to talk about why they're accusing you, but we're going to talk about what you need to do in order to overcome this frustration. The first reason that I want you to be aware of why the toxic partner is accusing you of cheating, or the toxic ex is accusing you of cheating, is because they are cheating also. Either they have cheated, they are cheating, or they are playing around and they are on their way to cheating. You see, they typically live a double life. They know who they are, they know the type of person they are, they know who you are, and they know it's only a matter of time before they lose you. They cannot stand being alone. They have to have supply, typically is what you would hear. You would hear that term, supply, meaning they need to be attached to someone. They need to feed off of someone. So they know when they lose you, they're going to end up being alone, and they know their character. And they know they're going to have to put on another show for someone else to reel them in and to capture them. So they typically, oh, mama, sorry. Yes, I have a baby with me, guys. It's my son. Okay. So they know they need someone, they know they need a backup. So they are typically living double lives. So more than likely, sorry to break it to you if you have not already found out, but there is a high chance that they are accusing you of cheating because they are cheating as well. They also cannot fathom that they're doing it and that you're not doing it. So it's kind of like their guilty conscience, rather. The second reason that I want you to be aware of why the toxic partner or ex is accusing you of cheating is a manipulative strategy that they use to control you. Let me explain. In order to control you, they need to keep you in a fog. They need to keep you off balance. They need to keep you in distress. And in order to do that, they need to trigger you. Okay? So it's layers to this. They need to control. In order to control, they need to manipulate you to keep you off balance, to keep you in distress. And to do that, they need to trigger you. Right? So one of the triggers is to accuse you of going against your morals. Now they picked you, and yes, I said picked. You're not in this situation by coincidence. These people are highly manipulative and very calculative. So they have picked you based on your characteristics, your good characteristics. Now that doesn't mean that you need to turn into a bad person and have bad characteristics. And we'll talk about that another day, but they have picked you because of your good characteristics. They have picked you because they know that you have high morals and high values, and that you would not step out on them, that you would not cheat. And they know that by accusing you of something that you know you would not do, even though the relationship is not going well, they know that that would trigger you. So this is a way to trigger you in order to confuse you and put you in distress, cause you to try to have to prove yourself to them in order to control you. I know it's many layers and it sounds crazy, but this is what we're dealing with. This is those type of people. The third reason that I want you to be aware of why the toxic person is accusing you of cheating is to distract you. They know, and this reflects back to the previous reasons I just gave, they know that if they are cheating, but you are too distracted because you're busy trying to prove your innocence to them, you don't have time to realize what they're doing because you're busy trying to prove your innocence to them. You're trying to prove that you are not cheating. For some of you watching this, you may still be in the toxic relationship. However, some of you may be watching this and may not technically be in the relationship anymore, but you have not gotten through your healing journey. Maybe you're still in contact with them. You're still affected by the person. They still have some type of emotional hold on you, which is common. I always say that leaving the relationship, technically ending the relationship, is just the tip of the iceberg. So the other reason that I want you to be aware of why the toxic ex, for those of you who have a toxic ex, why they're accusing you of cheating is because they cannot understand that you have left the relationship because of their behavior, right? You know, their egos are very important to them. Everything they do is to feed their egos, to make them feel superior. That's why they need control. Now, when you decide to leave that relationship and cut them out of your life, their ego is bruised. And they can only explain your departure with it having to do with another man. I've been through this myself personally. I'll share a story with you. I remember when I was deciding to leave the relationship, I was at the leasing department and something told me, Naila, change the code on your phone. Lock your phone, because if something happens, this person is starting to become volatile. And if something happens, he may try to go into your phone. I don't know where that thought came from, but I said, let me lock it. Not that I had anything to hide, but I did not want him to, steal my phone. And it's a good thing I listened to that inner voice, because the moment he got a chance to snatch my phone up as I was at the leasing office, ending the lease for us living together, he snatched my phone. And I remember him being outside and trying to get into the phone, and he was losing it. He was so frustrated that he couldn't get into the phone. And the first thing he accused me of was that I was hiding something, that I was cheating. And that's where you start to see how mentally unstable these people are, is because they do not look at their behavior as that bad. They're so consumed with their supply, getting the supply from you, getting their ego, fed by being able to control you. They're so consumed with themselves, they can't even comprehend how much pain that they've caused you, right? And this is not to give them an excuse, because I know some of you are going to say, oh, well, they don't know any better. That's not an excuse. But what I am saying is that they do not understand the pain that they cause you, to the extent where they think that you're leaving because of another man, that you're leaving because of someone else. Now, with that said, like I said, I don't want us to just talk about them and why they're doing what they're doing. That's one part of being able to heal, to be able to understand certain things, but we always have to bring it back to ourselves. So let's bring it back to you. I'll continue with my experience as an example. What I had to do and what I encourage you to do is that, yes, you have high values, you have high morals, you have integrity. There's some people who are going to see that in you, and there's some people who may not see that in you. There's some people who will see it in you but pretend they don't see it in you in order to control you, in order to trigger you, right? So one of the things that I had to do, and I encourage you to do, is to relieve yourself of the need of their approval. Relieve yourself of the need for them to see you as the high caliber of character that you have. If they accuse you of cheating, if they accuse you of being, this promiscuous person, if they accuse you of whatever they accuse you of, you have to be so confident in who you are, and you have to do some reality testing, right? And I always say, be aware of your audience. Be aware of who's saying these things. The right people know who you are. The right people are in alignment with who you are. You won't have to prove yourself to the right people. So for those that don't see those characteristics in you, or they're accusing you of things that you absolutely will not do, you have to get to a place where you are okay with that. You think I'm promiscuous? Okay. You think I'm cheating? Okay. You have to become okay with that. You have to be so confident in who you are that it doesn't faze you. You have to let that go. And that may be challenging, because most times this is someone that you've been with for a long time. Most toxic relationships are long-term relationships. So it's a change, right? This is someone that you had invested in, and you naturally did care, which is normal, about what they thought of you. But now you have to turn that switch now. You are in a place where you realize this person is unhealthy for you. This person is destructive to your emotional and psychological health. Now you have to remove them from that list of people that you care about what they think about you. Because again, looking at the audience, they don't even have a right to judge, right? They don't have a right to judge. Again, looking at the audience, look at who is saying this about me. Are their words, is their opinion even worthy for my attention? Right? That is the switch, the mindset shift that you need to make when you are in a position where your toxic ex or current partner is accusing you of cheating. I hope this episode was helpful for you today. If it was, go ahead and give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and share it with at least one person that you know can benefit from this information. If you can't wait until the next episode and you want to stay connected, go ahead and find me on Instagram. The link is in the description box below. And as I've shared earlier, I too have been through toxic and narcissistic relationships, both family relationships and romantic relationships. So as I always say, and as you may have heard from other people as well, wise people learn from other people's mistakes. Go ahead and click the link in my description box below to get access to my free ebook about mistakes that you can avoid in toxic relationships. And that applies to people who are in toxic relationships currently or have experienced it in the past. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you in the next one.